Hey students, it's Miss Carolyn, and this is a familiar voice to some of you because I've had you in a couple classes already, and I'm so excited to have you in another class. So you may be very familiar with how Google Classroom works. It will work a little differently for Financial Foundations because many of our assignments will actually live on Google Classroom. So in some ways, the class will work much more like your English classes or your history classes perhaps have worked if you've had other classes here at the Excel Center. But I am in the process of sending you Google Classroom invitations, so hopefully you get those. And then you're going to have those Google Classroom invitations. Then you can go to, if you go to Google Classroom Invitation, you're going to have a card here. You can find it in your email, but you're going to have a card here where you can join our Google Classroom. And so you're going to join the Google Classroom. It's going to click like join here. This is me as a student. Once I'm in our Financial Foundations classroom, one of the first things I want you to do is so that you can limit the number of things in your email so that when you get important emails, you see it. For our class, I would just be in the habit of coming here to Google Classroom, and then in Google Classroom on the stream, I will post bulletin boards that look very similar to the ones that I posted for Algebra 1. I'll show you that in a minute. But here we go, here, down here in settings. So I went to my main menu, the three lines, not dots, but 3 lines, the sandwich as some call it, and down to settings. And then you can decide if you want, you can turn off all email notifications from Classroom. You can say, I want only private comments on my work. I feel like the private comments on your work is important so that if I'm trying to say like, hey, this isn't quite finished, that can be a good way for us to communicate without you having to actually go to the assignment to see it. But down here at the bottom where it says class notifications, and then you can see that I've also joined as a student for Algebra 1, and I just turned off the class notifications. And that means if you turn it off, it doesn't mean you can't see things on Classroom. It means you're not going to get an email every time I post a new assignment. And we may have 4 different assignments in one day because we're doing the whole class in 4 weeks. So they're not long assignments, but they may be posted separately. And your email box could fill up super quick, and I'm not trying to bombard you with that. So please, in your settings, from your main menu, down to the bottom to settings, down at the bottom, you can turn off class notifications. You can still be leaving on things about, comments on your work. And particularly, you may want more of these things on, but I have this set so that any comments on my work for any classes I'm in, I would get. So I didn't turn off all email notifications, but I turned off most of them, and I turned off the class notifications. So that's just a little something to help clean things up a bit so that you see the emails that are important. If you're a person who checks your email multiple times a day, may not be a big deal. You may be fine. If you've been doing fine, wonderful. This is actually my Algebra 1 class, but our class will have something similar in that we will have a board. And let's see if I can pull up instead. Here we go. I'm going to try to show you actually Financial Foundations. There we go. Haven't posted this yet because it's not done for the entire week. But you'll have a board like this that shows up in the stream. And again, because we're doing so much in just a short amount of time, it is going to look pretty full, all right? If you have not already, please come pick up a set of materials from school. I have posted the Module 1 as a PDF, but so much better to have the booklets. There's a little class census form. If I already have contact information for you, you don't have to fill that out again. But if you think it might have changed, please do. There's a PowerPoint over here at the right that is linked. Oftentimes, though, what you're going to see is instead of something that looks like a video, just in the interest of space, it will just be a link, like PowerPoint number 2 on YouTube. If you're coming to class, we will talk about things together. But if you can't make it to class, this will kind of give you a step-by-step. It will be appearing in the stream, and it will have multiple days. So down here in the bottom left, you can actually change which slide you want to see. All right, you can change the slides to which ones you want. Something else I want to be sure that I point out to you guys is I want to make this class meaningful to you. All right, so I want you to pick up your materials and look through them and be ready to give some feedback on like which things you think would be most helpful to you and meaningful. I know many times you probably learn things in math class that you think, when would I ever use this? And I don't want you to feel this way about this class. And so I've kind of planned out the first unit. But then I'm up for, things being up for a vote. And like, what do you guys want to learn about? And so we'll take it from there. So we'll talk about that. If you can't come to class, I'd appreciate if you sent me an email or contribute on the Jamboard so that you give me some feedback. So if you notice this Jamboard, you click there and it says, would you be interested in help doing your taxes online for free? And then on the next board, what topics in the book list interest you most? So use a sticky note and then like which topics do you see that like, yes, I need to know about this. I need to know about insurance, or I want to know about credit cards, etc. All right. So, welcome once again. Again, this bulletin board is going to be posted in our stream for Financial Foundations. So, it will be here in the stream. It will look like a little thing like this. And then when you click on it, then you will be able to access everything. All right. So I hope that that's helpful. We will have more things posted actually on Google Classroom than what there will be much more things like in the classwork, because we won't use something like IXL. And so you'll see little things, several things. These are all just for day 1, but some of them are just the materials. They aren't actually assignments. All right, so I'm looking forward to working with you, and thanks again. Change those settings so that you are not bombarded with notification emails. Again, that is from the main menu all the way to the bottom, settings. Have a great day.